this. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, Joker's right here, but you can't see him. I'll show him in a second. So I checked yesterday to see if I had any eviction notice letter thing. I haven't, give me a second. I haven't gotten anything yet. Well, not like a paper document, but I got a text yesterday, which I put on my Gofundme update to contact them to, it's almost like they're saying, hey, contact us to prevent your eviction. Like, yeah, like somebody would help. There's something that none of y'all really seem to get, except a small few of us, which subsequently it falls on us to educate you all, which is totally fine to do. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just that like, I don't know the people that did it, which it's neither here nor there. I'm just glad that whoever the 2 times that people did it, that they cared enough to do the 2 welfare checks. It was like 3 months apart or something, and I'm grateful that someone cared enough to do that. But like, I talked to one of my friends from high school, and he's going to be a doctor. He might see this video, I don't know, but I'll keep it ambiguous per se. But the first thing he had mentioned to me was that when I told him I had the trigeminal neuralgia, the very first thing even before we got to reminiscing about stuff, I didn't have to tell him anything. He's like, yeah, that's really horrific to have, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, and I don't really know what to say. And there's nothing that people that do care, that don't know me or may not know my current situation, that if you don't know, I've always got to do a million things at once, because I'm habitually behind on everything. So which is part of why I'm making this video, is for my my Gofundme update, my rent update, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But he said, you know, that just because someone tells you some information you already know doesn't mean that, like, they're trying to, like, be condescending. Because he wasn't, of course, but he said, you know that your quality of life is never going to be the same, right? And the ironic thing is that he's a good friend of mine from high school. We hadn't talked since, like, we were teenagers, like 16, 17, 18. And not one of my doctors has ever really said those words verbatim, which is kind of not like it needed to be said, but just somebody that's not a doctor, ironically, yet has a more I guess meaningful way of phrasing the severity of the situation. Because it's effectively like saying, you know, you're never going to be able to walk again, right? And in essence, that's kind of what it is, in a broad sense. Wait a second. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, he's still ain't dead. Well, maybe I should have done that first. That's okay. I took a clonidine, which is for night terrors, panic attacks, and anxiety. And this shit knocked me out for like a day and a half, so I've been up a little bit, but then when I woke up, I was having extremely bad Crohn's pain, and well, I'm going to use my Sylvanas to take your Sylvanas. So, how about that? Dang, I feel bad. I did this man really dirty. Yeah, you can go on and quit. Sorry about that. I'm done with that match. I won. But I'm losing a lot of blood from my stomach. Oh, I forgot I took a benzyl too. I take like 60 pills a day or something. Maybe 40, I don't know. No, probably closer to, 40, 60, in between. But the main point that I was trying to convey to people is that people that need help, it's not like people are I don't even know the word. It's just that people that do legitimately need help, that do have genuine reasons, it's because of circumstance. And most of you people that, assuming they're not bots, but most of you people that kind of take that tone in that regard, I don't mean the people that are like misery loves company. I don't mean that. I mean, that's redundant. That's obvious. I'm talking about people that have no, like, actual literal experience in that situation whatsoever. And they're just like, oh, that's all this is about, is this and that and whatever. Not realizing that what happened to me could happen to you tomorrow. Not wishing that on nobody. I'm just saying that bad circumstance happens every day, and it can happen to anybody. Which is why we need to put our faith in God. And that's what it's about. I'm not gonna say the cliche thing about like, oh, it's a spiritual battle between good and evil, which it is, but most of y'all ain't. If when somebody says that, you're just like, oh, whatever, then you're not in the spirit, so you ain't there yet, which is fine. When you get there, you'll understand. When you ask Jesus to come in your life and he softens your heart, you'll understand. But since most of y'all only focus on what you can see, like nobody would go up to Christopher Reeves and be like, oh, walking ain't that hard, just get up and walk. Being full aware of his accident, a circumstantial, horrible event, just like mine, and just like my mom had stage 4 colon cancer and my dad had congestive heart failure. Like something that's congenital or a horrible accident, or let's like saying a little kid burns up in a house and it's like, oh, they should have ran out quicker. Little kids are fast, they should have ran out quicker. Not knowing that they're like in a crib and they can't get out because their parents are on drugs. Like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all the ones I pray for the most. I pray for y'all more than I pray for myself. I really do. Like I told those cops, I said, well, I really ended up preaching to them. It was like 2 guys and a girl, but I said, I know y'all do your cop stuff and you check on people and keep things in order and all that, but just let the Lord guide you when you're out there in situations and help make where we live out here a better, safer place. And God's got y'all. Because, I mean, being a cop's not like being a soldier or nothing, but totally different things. But still similar life and death situations and stuff, so. I mean, they were checking on me, and I was actually checking on them. I was like, are y'all Christian, and this and that, and I was like, I've almost died 20 plus times and been homeless 20 plus times, and basically telling them that, like, I'm fine. I'm just too sick to get around. And But I talked to him for about 20 minutes. Um, but the reason I mentioned the bleeding and the Crohn's is because if you have ulcers can be stress induced. Polyps are a chronic, um, like clotting of blood, little circular things of blood that can build up in your stomach. And there's usually only like 3 or 4 in my stomach at a time. But I haven't been to my stomach doctor in a minute. But my Crohn's has been in remission since like 12. I have like a 10-inch scar or whatever from under my navel to the top base area of my groin area, like where the hairline is at. And most of my right colon is resected. I don't ever tell people about my Crohn's. I have so much stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. Uh, I basically just told him that I was fine, and I appreciate him checking on me. And I was like, I don't know who the hell called y'all, but people be thinking I'm dead and stuff. I don't be going MIA. It's just like I try to get when I had my car, I would try to get a hold of my younger family members I haven't got to see and see them grow up and stuff. Like my nieces, my nephew, my baby cousins, stuff like that. Well, my baby cousins and my baby cousins that have babies, like toddlers and stuff. And it just don't be happening. And then, I don't know what's wrong with you women, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be single forever if you don't learn how to articulate your thought process when you're speaking. If you're having a set of emotions in a way that's not like patronizing and condescending or basically just combative and argumentative. I don't know these people, but I think it seemed like their relationship was legitimate. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And I'm not gossiping. I don't gossip. I'm just giving an observation. But from what the spokespeople said and all that for each of them, it seems like she was very just like argumentative and combative verbally. The reason I mention that is because if you think or if you do look like on Angelina's level, and you think that you can just talk any kind of way to a dude that you're trying to marry, and he's gonna tolerate it, that type of attitude will turn a 10 to a can't win in a second. And the reason I mention that is because every woman I date, I say, I won't do, I can't do, and I will not tolerate arguing like over retarded things. Yes, I say retarded because that's what we said when I grew up. Unless you're saying something like, like I love them German dudes from 1945 and that HITLE guy, ER guy was the greatest. Unless you're saying something like that, you ain't got to sit there and explain why you say what you say. Stand on who you are. Don't worry about what other people is talking about. Um, and I'm glad I said that because they don't know you, and they don't know the struggle that you've been through to get where you're at. And what y'all don't be realizing is that when you allow somebody to just straight up talk to you any kind of way and mistreat you, well, they're mistreating the people that came before you, your ancestors, and especially your mom and your dad, which what they sacrificed to get you where you're at. So don't let nobody talk to you no kind of way, because they're disrespecting you and your people. And if you watch any of my videos, you know how much I love my mom to the nth degree. So nah, you got me fucked up. Straight up. And there's good women out there. I just don't be interacting with them. I don't be meeting them. And but if I do have a lady or whatever, I'll tend to go out with her more. Otherwise, I just stay in the house if I'm alone, basically. So that's why people be thinking I'm dead. But people will call me like, oh, I was making sure you're still alive. Like, yeah, I'm alive. I'm in the building. Clearly the Lord got me here for a good reason, a solid reason, so he ain't done yet. But the point is, even with your Crohn's being in remission, when you're losing a lot of blood, I'll lose blood to a point, but if I start to feel a little bit weak, then I'll go to the ER. But the problem is I can't go to the ER because I don't have nobody to watch my cats. I only got like $7 in my bank account, so it's the winter here, and I can't. Obviously, I can't walk from here to the hospital. It's way too far, and I couldn't do it anyway. But I wouldn't have a way to get back from the ER, assuming they don't admit me. And then on top of that, I have a pending eviction coming that I got to talk to her today about. And my other bills are behind too, except my internet and phone bill are paid. But my rent's behind like $2,000. And she said to have last month's rent paid by the 15th of last month. And now it's the beginning of this month, and this month's due, and it's just like, this kind of cycle of stress is like killing my body. So with that being said, I'm going to try to find a way to, we'll find a way to get some insurance for my cat. So if I do die if I just drop dead basically, or have a heart attack or stress, whatever, I'll get as much money as I can for them for the rest of their lives, because they're halfway through life. Or 1/4 of the way. I mean, they live to be like 30. They're like 1/4 of the way, but I'm hoping to get 30 years out of them. Actually, no. The Lord gonna teleport. He gonna get us back up there with him in the kingdom before 30 years. In my opinion. And another thing, just because you've seen all these videos about this, that, and the third, live your life one day at a time and prepare for what you need to prepare for. But don't sit there and fearmonger yourself into like delusional, like end times things, like any day now mentality. Just know that whenever it happens, that God's going to protect us. And Revelation tells us that the chosen or the elect are the followers of the body of Christ. no weapon formed against us will prosper, and that's actually quite literally. Kind of like in Dragon Ball Z when they're shooting beams and they're like, Goku and Vegeta are shooting beams at each other and the beams are canceling each other out, so they're not doing no damage. It's kind of like that. One of my friends said that you're just like the modern day Job. And I'm like, oh man, that's really cool, but I would much rather be have a life similar to somebody else. But one time my rent was due like in 2 or 3 days, like on a Monday or something before my eviction, and I was like, Lord, give me the strength to get to church because something was telling me to go to church, and I was feeling real sick. I didn't have no energy, and then I prayed, and like almost instantly I got a surge of energy, and I got up there, and then I was talking to people at church, and then I talked to this one guy, and we exchanged numbers. He put me in a group, like a group of 10 men that are from the church that we were fellowshipping with and stuff, and Bible study and stuff like that, and prayers for other people. And I sent a message on there, and I was like, hey, can anybody, is there anybody that y'all know, or can anybody help me, loan me this money so I can pay my rent, and then when I get my tax return, because that's when I was still working at Chewy, when I get my tax return, I can pay you back. And I screenshotted the return was filed, and the same guy that I met, he gave me the money like that day or the next day, like $2,000, and then I paid him back, which is on my that update's on my Gofundme. If I could work, I would work, but I can't even move around, and I can't even keep my damn eyes open. And now my Crohn's is acting up. The point is, though, it's winter here. Oh, and my auntie, I got to call her today. She messaged me and asked me what did I plan on doing about the car. She said the car in my yard. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Like, auntie, like, you know it's broke down. Like, what do you want me to just be homeless and go get my car fixed? Like, I'll call her today and just let her know. I've had enough money to get the rent paid and stuff like that, but obviously, fuck the car. The car's paid off. I've had to fucking work myself to death and almost die from all these fucking surgeries to get my car paid off. And one time the repo guy was like, he was looking around, driving around for like 30 minutes or an hour, and he got right in front of my car. And I was waiting to get my short-term or long-term disability check from Sedgwick when I was at Spectrum, and I needed like another few days to pay my car note. It was like 3/4 paid by them, and again I was like, Lord, please just tell them to drive off, just tell them to don't do it, because otherwise I would have wasted all that sickness and healing and injuries and all that stuff, and then the money especially. And then he drove off. And I mean, that was like an instant answer to prayer. I mean, if I wanted to do like, X-rated, adult-oriented stuff, I could have thousands of dollars a day. But that's not of God, and that's just what it is. I mean, God would understand, sure, but one lady put on the Christian Reddit, is she a bad Christian for doing adult-oriented work with clients as a last resort to survive? And I think she had like family or something. It's not called doing what you gotta do to survive for no reason. If someone's trying to take your life and you take their life in self-defense, in my opinion, I think God understands that situation. Because that's not the same thing as just taking someone's life or taking something from someone for your own gain, for selfish, sinful reasons. And if you don't live the next day, or if you don't survive, then you're not going to be able to fulfill God's plan for you. Like I was going to do one of those websites on the webcam thing, and I was like days and then hours away from doing it, because I made the account and all that. I just didn't put anything on there except set up the account. And the Lord kept telling me, don't do that, don't do that. I say, yeah, Lord, but I've had 6 brain surgeries in 8 years, Lord. Like, I'm praying, but this ain't it. You know this ain't it, but this is what it is. And things are not what they ain't, they are what they are. And so it's like, God, you just want me to drop dead from stress? Because I'm progressively getting more and more diseases, more ailments, more problems. And my body's like dying, breaking down slowly. Dying isn't necessarily like, oh, you're terminal with cancer. It could just be your body and your health is deteriorating. Everything's deteriorating over time. And but I didn't do the webcam stuff. And I think the next day I got a donation to pay all my stuff, my rent and all my stuff. Make all this what you will. I'm just telling you how this is happening in real time. And when I say the next day, I do mean the next day. I'm not being hyperbolic. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have my mic on. That's okay. It don't matter. It ain't that serious. Just checking something real quick. But things are going to come together now. They're all going to fall apart, but I do everything for my cats. They keep me going, so because now I gotta go and talk to the landlady. Like, yeah, I still don't have the rent money. When are you gonna have it? I don't know, because I don't know if people are gonna donate or whatever. Like, I don't know. All I can do is get on here and make videos and pray on it. And of course, I like to have had enough stuff with Twitch and YouTube and all that stuff, but I can only get about half of what a healthy person would, maybe less than half, 35%, 40% progress done towards getting money coming in on my own, versus somebody that's healthy and doesn't have the problems, because I might only be functional 2 days out of the week. Literally. But and with it being winter here in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, it's already cold outside, and it's already froze over, actually. It snowed. So no car, no place to live, had my cats. It ain't good, man. I still trust God, I always trust God. But at the same time, if we're out there freezing, we're going to freeze to death. That's just how that goes. So, just wanted to give y'all an update. And on a good note, I do finally have a hearing with the judge that's in person. Last one I had was 4 years ago during the lockdown, and it was over the phone. And my lawyer's working on that. It's I think it's February the 20th, I think, is the hearing date for my disability case. And my lawyer's going to help me get it. Praise God. So I'll have like a year of back pay. Then I can use that money to pay like a year of my rent and all my bills and stuff. And then from there, I can finally get myself situated financially. So it's just making it to there. But obviously, if I get evicted, then that's all gonna not matter. But God's gonna do what He does when He does it for all of us. So it's His plan, not ours. Obviously, I don't believe that God brought me here. I used to live down in the church 2 minutes down the road to my right for 30 days. And when I got baptized for the 4th time, when I moved back in 2015 to take care of my dad before he died, Southeast Christian Church is where I go, and that's 2 minutes down the road the other way. And I live on a road named after a saint. So 1, 2, 3, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So clearly God doesn't have me here. And when I moved over here, I didn't have my car. My auntie's house that my car is at, she's the same one that brought me over here 9 years ago, 8, 9 years ago, when I moved in here. There's only one unit available. It was this one. And it was on the 3rd floor, which I like to be on the highest floor. And so God literally had one unit for me. And I was like an hour late because my auntie couldn't find her keys, and I was freaking out. And my landlady stayed, even though they were charging like an hour, like $1 a minute every time per minute that she wasn't there to pick up her kids. And I told her I'll pay her for my auntie being late, and she refused to take the money. And if it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be here, because she's let me pay my rent whenever, really, because she knows how sick I am. So she might be an angel. I don't know. I think she might be. possible. Anything's possible. But the point is God is faithful all the time. It's just, it'd be totally unrealistic to be like, yeah, I trust the Lord, but at the same time, I'm afraid of being homeless because I have an eviction pending, right? So it's like a double-edged sword. But it's it's more than just the things that you can see that's operating in this thing called life. So, but regardless, I know the Lord's got it. It's just a constant process of like being in this hellish cycle is not good for my health. But if something happens to me, as long as if my cats are okay, that's all I care about. I'll have to find some homing options for them, which I'm going to do that by having the people that would take them in or that would adopt them, have them stay at my house for like a week at a time over the year, and see how they do with them and stuff like that. And I don't even know what the hell to tell my landlady. I always pay my rent, I always have, clearly. I pay my rent like a week and a half, 2 weeks early sometimes, usually a week early, until I got sick. Well, when I moved here, my trigeminal neuralgia for some reason had paused, and then it came back. And I actually, when the pain came back, I forgot I had the trigeminal. I literally forgot that I have the most painful disease in the world. That's how painful this is. I forgot I had it. Even as it was happening, I forgot totally. The pain is incomprehensible. And sometimes irreparable. And that's why people check out. It's not even like they're doing it because they're quitters. They're doing it because they literally can't take the pain anymore. It's kind of like you get so overwhelmed by like grief that you just pass out and faint at a funeral. That's exactly what it's like. You have no control over your body. The bad stuff is controlling you. And I guess that's about it. Harley Quinn and Joker's food came in. It's right over there, that yellow or pink bag. They got their food in there. Where's Harley? Harley? Where'd baby girl go? Oh, she's probably under the table in there. That's her spot right there, the baby blanket, the brown and gold one, the blue one. I don't know where she went. It's a real pretty girl. And we got Jokey J right here. We got that Eno baby. Yeah, we got an Eno baby. Yeah, so you guys gonna take care of us. You gonna take care of us. Give me a kiss, man. Give me a kiss. That's a baby. Oh no. Oh no. Daddy loves you. You're just a baby. You just need daddy. That's all you know is daddy. Oh no. That's my baby. I love you so. You're a baby Joker. Since you was 4 months old, I had you. Why are you licking everything, boy? He's been licking the router, the modem, the computer. You got itchy? You got itchy? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's my baby. It's my man. Here, buddy, don't fall off the thing. Here. No. Here, Joker. Joker, where you going, Eno? Oh, come on now, man. Little boy, just because Daddy moved. Here. Move the controller. Why don't you get right here? Oh, my late girlfriend got him that Beanie Baby right here. That looks like him. Before she passed. Joker, stop, son. Stop licking stuff. Why are you doing that, baby? Huh? What's so matter, Eno? What's going on with a baby named Joker? Huh? What's going on now, man? You don't know? What you doing, baby? I need this fan to stop making that jerky noise. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, it's that. Joker, what are you doing, son? Huh? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Baby. This one. Daddy boy. That's what I do this for, man. I go through it for Harley and Joker. It's my babies. That you saved them daddies. You saved them daddy's life. Yeah. Everybody needs to get a kitty cat. The cats are the best. They're the bestest. Yeah. Better than dogs. Better than dogs. Yeah. The cat picks you. You don't pick them. Dogs are just cheat codes. Dogs love everybody. For better or for worse. But, let me see something. Oh. I guess that's really it, man. Oh, and by the way, I'm like, obviously I can't keep my eyes open. And I was doing something and all my energy drinks fell out of the thing. I've looked for this for like years. It's been like 3 years and I drunk them all like that long ago. And then I looked it on the floor just now and it was right there and I seen that it was orange. I said, oh, it's Dreamsicle. There's a white gummy bear and a cherry something. Cherry limeade. Them joints is nasty. But this is the one. This is what Hafthor Julius Bjornsson. He has a sponsorship from Rain. Strongest man to ever live. I don't care what you got to say. Anyways. It's legendary. Well. I got some energy going. Throw out a prayer for me. If you're new to the channel, if you can share my GoFundMe, I'd appreciate it. If you're gonna donate, Cash App is quicker. It's Carnagias with the K, or the GoFundMe. I'll just tell her I'll try to get it paid as soon as I can, and then they can just send the eviction thing when they send it, because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. But that's it, y'all. I'm out.